The next property of acids is their reaction with metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. The general equation is metal carbonate or bicarbonate reacts with acids and they form salt. Carbon dioxide gas is liberated along with the formation of water. So, the commonly used and studied metal carbonate is sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid. The salt formed is NaCl. Carbon dioxide gas is liberated and water is also formed. This is sodium NaHCO3 is sodium bicarbonate. Bicarbonate radical is HCO3. Okay, so sodium bicarbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to form NaCl, liberate carbon dioxide gas, and water is also produced. Okay, now these are the two salts of sodium. Now limestone, chalk and marble, okay, the three forms of calcium carbonate. Limestone, marble and chalk, and eggshells also contain calcium carbonate. So it will also react with hydrochloric acid and the salt formed will be calcium chloride, water will be produced and carbon dioxide gas will be liberated. Okay, to balance the equation, Ca, CO3, 2 and 1, 3, chlorine here is 1, on the right hand side is 2, so we make it 2HCl. Hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. The equation is now balanced. Okay, so calcium carbonate is present in the eggshells, limestone, marble and chalk. All of them contain calcium carbonate. In the NCERT book, again there is an activity for this reaction. Activity 2.1.3. How do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates means bicarbonates, react with acids? Activity 2.5. Now, in this test tube, we have taken solid sodium carbonate. It is a white colored salt. And on this, we have poured dilute hydrochloric acid. The test tube is sealed with a cork first, and then the thistle funnel this is a thistle funnel. Okay, it has a small flattened structure at the top from which the acid is poured. When the acid comes in contact with sodium carbonate, immediately we will see that brisk effervescence takes place. Brisk means with great energy. And so in this case, the bubbles formed will be brisk, meaning with great energy, and you will see it in the laboratory when you perform this test, that the contents of the test tube appear to come out from the test tube. They are produced with such energy. This is called brisk effervescence. Effervescence meaning formation of a gas, production of a gas, and when it takes place with energy, we call brisk effervescence. Do not forget this word. Okay, now the bubbles will rise up and they will pass through this delivery tube, and in the second test tube we have taken lime water. Now in the previous chapter we studied about quicklime, CaO, calcium oxide. When it is dissolved in water, it forms calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice. This is also called lime water. Okay, freshly prepared lime water has to be taken in this test tube. When the bubbles rise up and they pass through the lime water, initially lime water was clear and transparent, but when this gas passes into lime water, the lime water appears to become translucent, milky. Okay, and when we continue to pass the lime water in the test tube, it will again turn from translucent to transparent. So what changes take place? Carbon dioxide gas produced in this reaction is passed through lime water. Lime water is calcium hydroxide. It should be freshly prepared. This should not be taken from a source where it was kept earlier. It has to be prepared freshly. When this is passed through, carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, a chemical reaction will take place and the solution will become milky because of the formation of calcium carbonate. Okay, and water will be formed. This is This will give milkiness to the solution. But when we continue to pass the gas in this solution, the milkiness will disappear because calcium carbonate will dissolve in water and react with carbon dioxide and form the bicarbonate, CaHCO3 whole twice. This bicarbonate is completely soluble. Calcium carbonate is formed as a PPT, but on adding more carbon dioxide, the PPT will again dissolve and it will form soluble bicarbonate, because of which the milkiness will disappear and the solution will again become clear and transparent. This is a test of carbon dioxide and it is called lime water test. It will come again and again in the next chapter also. You will study about it. This is also a part of your practical syllabus. So please learn the reactions. Okay. The next property of acids is their reaction with bases. So the general equation is acid reacts with a base and they form salt and water. For example, hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide and they form NaCl and water. Okay, we may change the acid. If we change the acid and take sulfuric acid and allow it to react with the same base, the products will always be salt and water according to the acid and base used. So in this case, the product is Na2SO4 and water will be formed. The equation is not balanced. Equation is not balanced. Here we have 2 atoms of sodium, so we have to make it 2 here. Now how many hydrogen? 2 and 2 4. Only 1 hydrogen. Oxygen 4 and 2 6. 4 and 1 5. Now it is balanced. Okay, so acids react with base and they form salt and water. Remember, this reaction is also called neutralization reaction, because acids neutralize the effect of base and base neutralize the effect of acids. Okay. The next reaction is the reaction of acids with metal oxides. Metal oxides such as Na2O, metal sodium, and this is its oxide, sodium oxide. So the general equation is metal oxide reacts with acid, they form salt and water. Sodium oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid and they form salt, NaCl and water. Now if we compare these two equations, this equation of neutralization, acid plus base gives salt and water, and this equation, acids with metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. This is same. Both the products are same. One reactant is same. So this will also be same. Applying the general principles of an equation here also, base and metal oxide should be same. What can we say? Metal oxides are basic in nature. All the oxides of metal are basic. Okay, so this is a basic oxide. Metal oxides are basic in nature. We may take the example of any other metal oxide. For example, if we take the black copper oxide and allow it to react with hydrochloric acid, they will form salt and water. The salt formed will be copper chloride and water will be formed. So copper oxide is a metal oxide, basic oxide it is. Okay, so with this we complete the properties of acids that are in your syllabus. We will now study the properties of base.